Hey class, today we're going to talk about inequalities and what those are, right? So let's go ahead and write that down. When you first hear the word inequalities, you might think of it and be like, what is that? I don't remember what these are. You've talked about them for a little while throughout elementary, but sometimes we forget what the actual names are. Well, the name is, right, of the actual name of the symbols. Um, so, if you remember, they are less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Okay, so let's look at our first symbol, and we want to try to name what this is. But don't say it unless you absolutely know what it is. If you don't remember, that's okay right now. It's not okay in a minute, but when I tell you, but it's okay right now. So what symbol is this? If you absolutely know what it is. If you don't worry about it. It is greater than, okay? This is the greater than. All right, greater than symbol. Next one we know, of course, is less than, right? And the other one is greater than equal to. The little symbol underneath that line means equal to, so this is greater than or equal. And this symbol is less than or equal. Okay, so again, we have our symbols. You want to write these down. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. And these are all called inequalities. Inequalities. Now, so at first, some of us may have not remembered what symbols are what, right? And so I want to give you a way that you can remember them, right? You can remember the symbols and try to remember as much as you can. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to draw a number line. Here's a number line. We can put 0 in the middle for right now. Okay, now what we want to see from this number line is we want to see the inequality symbols. The first one we're going to look at is the one on the left. Look right here. Look at this. I'm going to go ahead and make it darker. What do you see here? That is the less than symbol. And which way is it pointing to? It's pointing to the less number. So that's how we know that this symbol right here, if I erase this a little bit more, you can see that's the less than symbol. That's the easiest way. We're doing the alligator stuff. We want to be able to recognize that this is the less than symbol. Now over here, that is the greater than symbol. This is the greater than symbol. So we have less than, we have greater than. This is the way you can remember it. If you just sit there and look at it for a little bit, for a second, and try to see what I mean by this, that this symbol is the less than symbol. This is the less than symbol right here. And that's what this is. That'll show you this is pointing the less direction. And again, it's on the number line. They were hidden there the whole time. So take a second to look at this and just observe and remember. All right, make sure you have that written down. We're going to go ahead and erase this, and we're going to go through some examples of how to use these inequalities. All right. All right. First example. We got to remember less than, greater than. Got to remember it. So we're going to start off with something very simple. 5, blank space, and 1. So the way you want to look at this is 5 is blank, blank, 1. And we're trying to see if we're going to fill in greater than 1 or less than 1. So it's 5. What is 5? 5 is, of course, greater than, which again we know points to the right. There's the greater than symbol. Again, if you're using your number line to help you, greater than numbers, boom, there it is. Greater than symbol. But we don't need this underneath. I just have it there for understanding purposes. Now let's go to the next example. We have 20, blank space in the middle, 40. Okay? So 20 is what then 40? Is 20 greater than 40 or is 20 less than 40? Well, less than, right? Absolutely, 20 is less than 40. Okay? Again, I know, baby step. We're baby stepping it. We're just trying to get to where we got to go. Make sure you have this written down. Not difficult at all. Now we're going to get into some problems where we got to actually think about them, okay? We'll go ahead and erase this. Example number 3. We have -7, blank space, -2. -7 is greater than or less than -2. We got to figure it out. Now, the way we're going to figure this one out is we're going to look at a number line. And we know numbers that are to the left are less. Numbers that are to the right are greater. So, since these are both negative, we're going to start at 0 here. We have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So we want to plot our numbers on this number line. So our first number is -7. Let's plot that. Next number is -2. Let's go ahead and plot that. So we have -7 and we have -2. Now, since our number -7 is first, we want to look at number -7. -7 is what? Less than -2 because it's more left. That means we're going to use our less than symbol. -7 is more negative. It's more to the left. That means we're going to use our less than symbol. And some of this stuff, it's kind of, you got to be able to visualize it. See it in the number line. Just remember this was -7. -7 is less than -2 because it's more left. Okay? So I move on to our next example. Let's do -1, -8. -1, -8. Again, number line. 0's here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Let's go ahead and plot these. -1, it's right here. -8, it's right here. Remember, we know this is less. This is greater. Since -1 is our first number, let's go ahead and compare -1 on the number line. -1 is what? Greater than -8. Okay? -1 is greater than -8. All right? So again, we're using our number line to compare these two numbers together. And that is part 1 of inequalities. Thanks for watching. We're going to go ahead and move on to part 2.